Why does all my music every time I log on it just resets? Why? Why, man?
Why?
Yeah, I'm debating on getting that PS4.
Oh man, just go get it.
Yeah, just video games. It will get me stuck, just like TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. TikTok's different. All right, there we go. It's kind of loud, no? Music? You think it's loud?
I don't
think
hear
it's
no music.
Oh, you hear no music.
Yeah, don't hear nothing.
Oh,
I don't hear no carnival music. I don't hear nothing.
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can hear it on the Zoom, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't concentrate with the music on. I'm one of those. I can't even listen to the music when I'm driving.
Nice.
I have to listen to Radio 4.
So basically what's happening here is this candle went bullish, closed above these candles here to the left, and then more candles here to the left, and I'm expecting this current candle to respect the low of the previous one, continue up, fill this wick, and if it has more volume, it should continue up to our take profit. That should be a good trade
It should be an awesome trade.
based on the 30-minute, mate.
All right, mate.
Hey, how was Ted though?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Let's see what's going on, man. I gotta get it.
Yeah, we were playing with a bunch of kids yesterday too.
Did y'all smash him or was
No.
it a slaughter on your side?
I think it was like we got more interested in the trash talking than the gameplay, so we lost.
Oh shit, that's fun.
All right. Yeah. Okay, what's this chart here? Select all. EJ saw a break of zone, took the trade, waited for retest, took the trade. Nice. Went up to your target. Beautiful. Waiting for the same thing to happen on GJ here too. This candle to continue up. Pew, pew, pew. I mean, looking at the 4 hour, 4 hours bullish, 4 hour rejected resistance. Daily's at the same level as it was yesterday. Daily did go down. I think it was creating a lower liquidity wick to continue bullish. Weekly is also bullish. So, I mean, 1 hour candle is about to close. The 30-minute candle is open and expecting it to continue bullish to make high highs and higher lows. Yeah. So I'm going to keep an eye on this 15-minute candle. If this 15-minute candle closes bearish, then of course it's going to take off 50% of my position. And we'll see how the cookie crumbles. Boris in the gulag. Oh. Did he buy at resistance? No. I'm expecting this 30-minute candle. Actually, no, it broke resistance here. So I took a buy, expecting this price to hold down over here. You know, if this happened every day, I'll take this trade every single day.
Good morning, mates.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Or
Good morning.
Yeah, Gigi had a bit of a rally today.
Yeah, GJ had a bit of
London.
rally. I
You boys
took.
are on fire.
Sorry?
You boys were on fire today.
Today was a fun day.
Yeah, I took a buy earlier on from like 230 to like 450, and I closed that. This is the second time I'm taking the same buy.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks good, to be honest, I think.
looks good.
and you guys were up that late?
Oh, what's this chart here? This is GU cells. Looks good. I wouldn't necessarily take this sell, but because of this candle closing at this area, so I mean, it looks kind of like the same as as I'm taking the buys here to fill the wick. So this candle is about to close here in 3 minutes. I'm going to close 50% of my position here because, you know, obviously don't want to get the full position here in stop loss. This will be the first loss of the week. All right, I got out of 50% of my position here. Ooh, gold is still stuck. Today is a Tuesday. Tuesday. Ooh, we got no news. Like nice sunny days. Japan is also inserting money in the market to let the market go up. Right, this is dangerous. That's like adding funds to a losing trader. It's like, hey, Mr. Trader, you've lost funds. Okay, here's some more money. Let's see you make that back. That's what's going on. Let's take a look at this chart. Yep, this is good. So you have sell stops down below support and buy stops above resistance here. I still consider this as a break because this candle, it broke above this area to the left, you know. So for it to continue going up, I mean, especially on the 30 minute, for this to continue going up, it needs to respect the low. Plus, also the 15-minute candles need to make succession of higher highs and higher lows. So kind of just like waiting. So I mean, the one good thing is that your risk should be, you should know exactly how much you're willing to lose in the day, you know, so that's your risk. And then obviously, you know, then your upside is if price starts to go in your favor. That's your risk. And then obviously, you know, then your upside is if price starts to go in your favor. Yeah, exactly.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Even if you have a high chance in red candle for bullish position is good, right? Yeah, it's good. I mean, the 15-minute candle is now closing bearish, so I closed 50% of my positions. You know, I was in a buy, I closed 50% of it because I wanted to close bullish. But since it closed bearish, I'm taking half risk off. But if this current 15-minute candle starts to break the high of the previous one, then there's a high chance we're going to continue moving up, and that's where I'm going to add another position. Because then in turn, that's going to push the 30-minute candle bullish. Just the music.
Morning, good morning.
Testing, testing.
Testing. I hear you.
Testing, testing. Okay, perfect.
Hey,
Mic check, mic
Rakeel,
check,
so
one,
it
two,
seemed
one.
like Boris Johnson, that news did have somewhat of an impact on the pound.
Thought it was gonna melt.
It actually did on GU. I was short, and dude, it tanked yesterday afternoon. He must have stepped away.
Yeah, Boris is in trouble, boys and girls.
Oh, like bad trouble?
It's
What?
looking like it.
Yeah, they've taken him. I think they've put him in one of the intensive care units.
It's hella sad, but I feel like they would milk the shit out of it for political gain. Oh, see, the COVID is much more serious than what we told you. We told you.
Alright, what's this chart? $5,000 range, high time frame needs to break this. We need support to form, we need to continue bullish. If price breaks 202, we can continue bullish. Yeah, makes sense. You're waiting. Yeah, I took an entry and the anticipating it to continue moving up. Continue this, make a liquidity wick and then continue bullish. But for that to happen, this 15-minute candle has to go bullish, and this has to respect the low of the previous 15-minute candle. Kind of like a baby, kind of press it right here. Come on.
I stumbled upon this video of a dad trying to change a diaper and he was gagging and vomiting.
He said,
I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
yeah, baby diapers aren't no joke, man.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
I would like the 4-hour to break to go long. I bounce down. So I think you need to go down to a smaller time frame. Oh, it's breaking the low. I closed my trade right over here. Negative 8 pips. New year, new me. Clowns don't know nothing about RR. Of course, clowns work in the circus. In the circus. What do clowns know about risk reward? Let's see here. Does the trading strategy take into account consideration the overall trend? Yes. So if you look on the 4-hour, we have an uptrend. But I was expecting this little break to continue into this next candle going up, but it didn't because it's, you know, the candle's now closing bearish. So that gave me signs that, okay, maybe it's not going to go up now. So, you know, probably just going to wait here, wait to see what happens, how things form. Because if this is a fake out to the upside, then we should see a continuation down. So have to wait and see how this happens. So we got 30-minute support down here. Actually, let's remove everything first. Do fresh analysis. Okay, so we had resistance. This candle closed above resistance. This candle still open, so I mean anything can happen in 9 minutes. So just wait and see what happens. And then we got our next support right down over here. So now this is a 35 pip range. So let's take a look at news here. I mean, nothing really happened overnight. Nothing really happened to tell us that the pound is going to go bullish. So I think the same thing can happen from yesterday when we had a big move in London and that move was corrected in New York session. Kind of like this right over here. Right? So wait and see. If a resistance is formed, I think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait for price to come down to this support now. I mean, I took buys. I wanted to see if it's going to go up or not. It didn't go up. So, I mean, if price breaks this support, then I'm going to look for sells coming down to 133,600 in this 45th range. Perfect. Take a look at this chart. If we ever try to break above, take buys. Yeah, it's a good idea. Good morning. Please have a look at my DM on Instagram about GJ. You guys know when you guys send me charts on Instagram, I can't zoom in, right? So there's no point in me looking at charts on Instagram if you can't zoom in. I mean, you just can't zoom in and analyze. So that's why my default response is, looks good, or it makes sense. Because I can't zoom in.
New words make sense.
Yep, makes sense. Hey, to make dollars, not cents.
Pounds, not pennies.
Pounds, not pennies. Makes sense. Gold. Gold. Let's start gold from the daily. So daily is bullish. Daily kind of went down, came up. Looks like it can continue up to 1680. So let's draw a resistance type area at 1680 right here. And now we go to the 4-hour chart. Looks like this 4-hour candle is about to close in 2 hours. If this 4-hour candle closes bullish, then this is a liquidity area formed right over here, which means that price came down, grabbed some fuel, loaded it up in the rocket, and then it's going to start to continue moving up, but it needs to close bullish here first. 1 hour, same thing. 1 hour is now just consolidating, printing side-by-side candles. So I think a better thing to do would be to wait for the 4-hour to close to see if we can, like if this closes bullish, you can expect the next one to continue bullish.
The pound is dropped.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. If this starts to flip in the last minutes, that'll be nuts. Have to wait. But the good thing is, now a buy stop area has been created, right? A buy stop area is going to be about, let's say here, 134, 400. If it starts to continue on. But so far, there's no buys because it's, you know, finishing bearish in the next 4 minutes. The worst thing is when you take a trade and you hold it and you just pray. Like, oh man, no, it's going to go up, it's going to go up. I stayed in GJ. I have a good feeling. Good luck. When you say, oh, I have a good feeling it's going to continue going up, that's a bad feeling. So I would want to see a sell below 134. That'll be a great sell. That'll be kind of like the same area it took sells yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I took sells around 134, 130. So this time the sell's going to be below like 134, 050, 134, 100. Because once it starts to break down, you have these clean candles that went up in London session. So it's going to be a cleaner candles coming down to this point.
Yeah, the 1 hour is about to close bearish too.
Yeah.
It looks really good. It's a good arrow.
Yeah, man. Took profit when it reached previous high, enter on the 30-minute break to the upside. Oh, nice. Yeah, I took the same buy earlier on, based on 15 minutes. Are you holding any positions now? Nope, nothing. Nothing at all. I'm eating strawberries with chocolate.
Breakfast?
Nice. That 134, 37 level is extremely strong. And then, like, if when it eventually breaks it, it's gonna rocket. Like it's gonna be like a Power Ranger.
Rocket down?
No. Eventually, when it breaks through it, you know, because it's been hitting it so many times and then bouncing back down. When it eventually goes through, it's gonna rocket like a Power Ranger.
Oh, the resistance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when it really hits it, I mean, that will be the trade, you know, because it's got to get some proper momentum to go through it. Once it does go through it, that's it. But I can't see it yet.
Hey, Rakeel.
Hey,
I think because I think JPY has just strengthened a little bit because Japan's just come out and said they're going to sell a record amount of government bonds, treasury bonds, to fund the coronavirus stimulus package that they want to do.
yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier too.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I didn't hear.
No, that's fine. That's like adding funds to a losing trader.
Yeah,
No.
they're going to be giving away the money, you know.
Yeah.
They're going to be practically giving away that money.
Yeah, because the market's dying, and they're like, okay, let's pump money in and let's see if it goes up. You know, and it's probably not going to go up anytime soon. Because this thing is serious, man. This is going to affect the economy for like months.
It's crazy as well because 2 weeks ago, Kuroda just spent 128 billion Japanese yen buying exchange traded funds. So now they own 70% of them. Japan own 70% of their own stock market.
Oh wow!
Wow. The thing with Japanese debt is its majority of it's internal. So even when it's all going to tumble, they're not going to struggle as bad as some of the other countries that owe it to, you know, like foreign countries. You know.
Oh really?
It's internal
debt. Most of their debt's internally created. They're quite in quite a good position. They are.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's because they have negative rates. Is that why?
I'm not sure why. I mean, I was at some kind of traders meeting and they were discussing it there. You know.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's a good piece of information. Wow, looks like then Japan has a lot of cash on hand.
PlayStations for sale, boys and girls.
That's like me having a lot of cash in hand and then giving myself loans. Wow, that's power.
That's what's going on at the moment. They're just giving themselves loans and then trying to find ways to give it to the population.
Yeah. So this trade that I took here, there's some discussions happening here. This candle closed above this area, closed above this area. So I took the buy on this candle, expecting it to respect the low of the previous candle and continue going up. But candle did not do what we expected it to. That's why you have a stop loss, and you know, you get stopped out. So, you know, now we're back in the range. This is a support. The support was held after, like, you know, London Open. Now it's kind of about to break. So you need to see some sort of confirmation. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. That 5 minutes. Probably going to wait for the 15-minute candle to close. Because if this support breaks, we're coming down to 133,600. This is a 40 pip range, and in this 40 pips you can easily get like 25, 30 pips. Easy. Just like yesterday. Took this trade last agent session. Can you give your opinion? My opinion is probably going to be looks good. Let's take a look there. Oh, well, looks like, yeah, so this candle closed above, you took a buy and the stop was there and you got stopped out. That's fine. That's perfect. That's good risk management. Oh, Mr. Chris sent a chart. So, when you take a loss, you just got to be relaxed. Be like, yeah, okay, whatever, we'll go to the next one. It's pretty easy. Support formed, clean candles, entry. Wow, entry over here. Potential TP. Target 2 reached. Damn, man, you guys are getting nice moves in London session.
That was the trade I was looking for.
Morning. Sorry, I was on the phone. What's up?
Yeah,
How we doing?
You guys have been catching good moves in Asia. So
Yeah, it's easy. It's the same as yesterday, man.
London.
Exactly the same. Exact same times, exact same everything, man. Just use the
Yeah.
information from yesterday, see if it plays out. It works mint this morning.
Beautiful.
We're admiring your artistry, Chris.
Yeah, man, you got to put that detail, you got to put that effort in, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you look at the London Open candle went straight up yesterday after this
Yep.
little candle, and same thing happened this morning too.
Yeah, if you look at it on like the 1 hour, you can see the whole exactly the same time.
Yeah.
It did exactly the same thing. And then we got to the same place. Whether we're going to break this 4 hour resistance is tough, but catch a move, catch a move.
Damn, yeah, it's pretty good. Nice.
But it did the same last Monday and Tuesday as well. And then on the Wednesday, we had like the downside, which created the weekly low. So keep an eye on that. But all that was today was kind of correcting the. Sorry, man. It's just correcting the Boris stuff from yesterday as well. So,
Yeah, the chart I just sent kind of analyzes last Monday and Tuesday and now what's
cool.
happening now.
Teamwork.
So what I'm thinking could
Yeah.
happen now.
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm looking at, man.
I really want this resistance to break and just keep flying.
Yeah, then we're out that stupid consolidation area. Because if you look at it on daily, it's an absolute pain now. That level, all this level. Still, take your options when you see them.
What's this chart? USD weak Chinese indicator. Oh man, I'm not even going that. Weak Chinese indicator. Please don't send analysis based on the Chinese indicator. That's so dumb. I mean, didn't even look like. Okay, so this is what USD CAD. Yeah, looks good. Sell look good. I think you have to go to the 15-minute chart and really see if the 15-minute candles are started to turn bearish or not. Because if they're finishing bullish, then there's a very high chance it might not go down. So you'll have to keep that in mind. See, now GJ is ranging. This is in a range now. See these candles? Now candles are starting to print sideways. Now we are in a range. Let's take a look here. Let's take a quick sneak peek on the 4 hour. Maybe extend this here and first target could be easily 135. 135. It's like 50 pips away up, above resistance. Looking at it on the 1 hour chart, going all the way to the left, yeah, it makes sense. Because this was the last time price consolidated before continuing the run down. So we're going to keep this analysis up there. So this is the range it formed. Perfect. Mapping out the areas here, mate. Like this. Bring it all the way to the right.
Yeah, man. I've got one at 35.4, which is from a long time ago, which may well pay. It's like a rejection zone last year, which was pretty important. I know it's a long time ago, but the closer ones you look at, that makes a lot of sense. You just got to get out of that range. That's it.
When you find a good setup and you're confident on it, do you go up your lot size? It's not about going up your lot size. It's about understanding how much you're going to put on at risk. That's what it's all about. How much you will put on risk. You know, so like this candle, so I took a buy here and my stop loss was around like 13, 14 pips, and I knew exactly in dollar amount how much I'm going to lose. You know, because whenever you come to the charts, you should always have a predetermined amount in your head that, okay, I'm going to be risking this amount today. You know, whether it's like $20, it's like $10, $50, $100, whatever your situation is, but that's the risk you're playing with. If you reach that risk limit, if that's hit, then you have to call it a day. You know what happens with hedge funds? Like, I know a guy, he works for some fund, and they're like, they are allowed to risk around 0. I think it's 0.05 or 0.05. I think it's 0.05%. So once that risk is hit, they're told to go home. Like, hey man, okay, your risk is hit. It's all good. You're done. Now you can head out home. But if their targets get hit, it's the same thing. You know, supposed to just leave and just head on home because you have to follow the risk parameters. Man, people have dedicated risk teams, you know, like in the funds. They have dedicated teams. They're paying people to make sure traders are following risk.
Compliance teams.
Yeah, exactly. Compliance.
Just sitting there watching them.
Yep. And the trader's like, oh, you guys have the easiest job. Do you recommend my FX book? Well, it depends what you're using it for. That's like saying, do you recommend paper towels? Depends what you use them for.
Wet wipes or paper towels.
That was a bad example, though.
I wouldn't wipe my ass with a paper towel. That's a
Oh man. Is it realistic to have 5% of my capital as my goal every day? Yeah, it's realistic, but I think it's a little to the upside. Because think about this. If you're risking 5% a day, that means you are giving 20... You have 20 chances to blow your account with 5%. You know, with 2%, you have 50 chances. 3%, you have 33.33. You know, it's a rational number of chances. This week being pretty hard to trade. Yes, this is not an easy week. I'll agree with that. Mainly because you have to wait. There's a lot of waiting involved.
Yeah, this week has required a lot of patience.
Lots of patience. I wonder what's happening with the gold spreads here. Oh.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it, the Steno app. I definitely recommend that app, 100%.
I used to listen to this Indian guy, and I think he built that app.
It's a good app.
It's really good. It's really cool. Like, it's very smooth and.
What app is that?
It's like an app where you like basically like, let's say for example, like you put in the account size, that you put the balance, and then you put in the trade. Basically, you're gonna put your risk on the pair. So like, let's say you want to risk 30 pips, and then after you put in your stop loss after your account balance, basically like, okay, you're risking 30 pips on a $100 account. If you want to risk 10%, then basically, or 3% or 50%, it'll calculate it no matter like what percentage you're putting, and basically, yeah, it'll give you the lot size.
Oh, okay.
Really cool app.
But that's like magical keys in a way, but cool app. I'm downloading.
I do it in my head.
GJ going up ? Yes, the candle is going up.
It's got a rocket behind it.
Yeah, it needs to break up above here, like 134, 400. I think if I want to have a buy stop is going to be at 134, 400. Hey, 420. gotta keep in mind the spread, so you just gotta wait. And for sells, you need to break this area 134.
So you're not taking buys if that 15-minute candle closes?
No, because it's still in a range. Yeah, it's still in a range.
Boris Johnson spends night in intensive care.
Yeah, they're making sure, like, his symptoms don't get worse because he's older too. They're like, mate, you have to stay here, mate.
So if he were to die, basically GBP would melt.
Yes. But if there's someone about to take his place,
Who's the deputy?
then I don't think GBP will melt.
Yeah, let's just send him some get well soon balloons. Because I'm trying to see 135 on GJ.
Chris, do you know who would take his place? Or anybody?
The what?
Yeah, a guy called Dominic Raab.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't listening properly. Yep.
It's all good. What's his reputation?
Questionable, not very secure.
I mean, I think generally the Conservative ministers they seem to be more competent at the moment than the Labour ones, anyway. So I think they're not as bad.
Gotcha.
They got a slightly better reputation, so.
Raja, please don't give me a smart ass answer. I'm new here. Where do we submit our charts to? Well.
Please don't give me.
Well, if you read the description, man, I don't even know. That's like eating something without reading the ingredients, and knowing you're allergic to something. So, I mean,
If he's new here, how does he know you would give a smart answer?
Yeah, that's true. That is 100% true.
Good analysis.
Yeah, nice analysis. Alright, what's this? GP CAD. Wait for resistance to form. Pot of gold down over there. Actually, let's take a look at GP CAD. Okay, I see this. I see what Alex is seeing over here. Nice, so just want to see that 115-minute candle tipping bearish, and then we're off to the races. This is the pot of gold down here. 15-minute looks garbage. See how candles are closing side by side. This is going up. I mean, not really nice. 30-minute looks way better. Way better. So you would need this low to be broken. Actually, I'm going to keep an eye on this GP CAD. What price is this? 222. Hey Raja, I'm from Warden and Shepherd. Sorry, I can't meet up, man. We gotta maintain social distancing. Yeah, social and physical distancing now. I'm not sure if you're trying to take a sell over here or what's going on, but I think you should wait.
Oh Lord, the amount of fake accounts that are people pretending to be me and selling shit. Dude, I swear, people make more money than me sometimes.
Bro, I got an email from you saying you're stuck in Nigeria somewhere, bro. How many playing?
This is crazy. I got a guy literally stealing all my pictures and all my stories.
Stories?
So weird.
And stories, bro. He's taking my stories.
You know he's doing hard work there. That's hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
How's it going?
Good, good. You have another
Look,
Daniel in
look
the
at this
house.
guy, bro. Oh my god, he takes all my stories. Like, go check trade _ Daniel _ Forex _ signal. Dude even bought 90,000 followers.
Oh shit.
Dude, if he would have put that effort into trading,
I was about to say that.
like, come on.
He'd kill it.
Trade _
All right, what's this chart here? Oh, UJ, 4 hours. Stop loss under 4-hour candle, close bullish. Nice. It's heading up now. It's in this range now. It should continue up to this resistance. Perfect.
Yo, Daniel, I'm looking at this right now. This is insane.
Bro, I would believe this is a real person.
Like signals of you or selfies of you at your desk. This guy's just like copying it.
Look at the motivation. He took everything.
Oh man.
How did you find out about him?
I just put in Daniel Savin and just see what pulls up.
And then I get a lot of. Man was googling himself.
and then I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of messages. Some dude actually sent me a message not too long ago with this guy. Same dude. This guy's been here for a minute, and he was like, "Bro, give me my money back. That's not even fair that you're creating a separate account and then stealing from people." Like this guy's been active for more than a month right now.
Wait, Daniel, he even did like a before and after picture.
Like, oh my goodness.
You see that?
He's got videos of me before I even did my teeth.
Amazing.
This is crazy. Everybody go report that.
Hey, Caval, I just seen your GJ chart you posted in the chat. Is there any fundamental confluence for what happened last week with GJ being bullish on the Monday, creating a higher high, than being bearish the rest of the day? Is there any fundamental confluence?
Not from what I remember. That drop off on after that high was made. I can't remember if there's anything, but I don't think so.
Was there Wednesday? There was that one on Wednesday. There wasn't there? I think that was. I'll have to relook into it. But I think the Wednesday one was the drop. I think that was some news started it off. I'd have to recheck. Data release, I think, of some sort.
So this gold chart, if this is a buy stop, then yes, makes sense. This is 15 minute, looking at the 30-minute here. So basically, so you're looking for this area to break. 1650. What did I pull up here? Pitchfork? Oh, I don't need pitchfork.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, this area here. Need this area to break to go up. How many pips is this? So this range is around 86 pips. Perfect. So you also have a stop loss there, so that's good. Yeah, it should work out. Then in turn we'll close the 4 hour also bullish.
Got a lot of people messaging me right now. Hey, bro, I see you on Raja's stream. Bro, do you ever sleep? Sleep in the daytime. I'll fix my sleeping schedule when I can actually go and sit and have a meal somewhere.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Can't really get any meals outside too. No good places to go to. Oh, wrong chart.
Yeah, you really realize, how valuable just going and sitting, relaxing is in a different environment, even like a Starbucks.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Either way,
took all that for granted.
Like I was checking my finances, and because every month I actually send my bank statements to my accountant, and she does everything for me because I don't really like to pay like taxes like at the end of the year. I pay them quarterly, and I pay them monthly. So basically, she was telling me, she's like, dude, you have saved so much money. because I'm not going out. I'm not doing anything. So I've saved so much money. It's crazy.
Can't even shop.
I can't do shit.
I need to go on a bike ride or something today. I gotta get out of the house.
I got a Zoom date in a little bit. I'm kind of.
That's what I do. I take hella walks, man.
Nice.
What's
Got a
this?
Zoom date, kind of nervous.
Pretty excited. Pretty excited.
Very nice. Very nice.
Beaches where I live are actually open. You can't like chill out, but you can walk them. You can swim and surf and stuff. So that's kind of dope.
See, they closed our beach because we used to go on the boardwalk every day in the beginning of this.
I think we're the only beach in Florida that's open, Volusia County.
Nice. Yeah, I'm up in Jersey, so it's a little tighter up here.
Okay.
It got pretty crazy pretty fast.
It's crazy because like it's kind of easy to get verified on Instagram, but it's very expensive. You know what I'm saying? Because like you got to go and you got to pay for all these articles and this and that. Because like, you know, the way how Instagram works is like when you apply for the verification, like first thing they do is they Google your name. So they got to see, they're gonna check your YouTube, they're gonna check what articles you're on, they're gonna check on a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy, like it's very expensive because like just to get like on Forbes, like just for them to do like an article of you, it's like $3,000. It's like minimum $3,000. Yahoo's like $1,500. Like
that's crazy.
And that's only 2 because there's like 10. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very, very crazy because you have to pay for all that shit.
Wow.
With someone like you, where people steal your identity, is good, but at the same time, when you're verified and something legally binding happens to you, you're liable. So kind of not being unverified is a benefit. But I could see how people stealing your identity is an issue. They're straight scamming.
All right, so let's keep the personal talk to a minimum here. We're gonna focus on some things here. People are sending charts. Euro USD up from here, down from here. Yeah, this looks good. I think the one thing you forgot was like if it's going to go down from here, like where is it going to head down to? So you're probably looking at this area down over here. So that's also very important.
This property website in the UK called Zoopla, they released a data report that basically said that property sales were down 70% during the lockdown. It's like, well, what else did you expect to happen? Stupid, man. Like some of these people who are data analysts, they should also be common sense analysts. That would help with that they released, man. So stupid.
We sold our house just before the lockdown started, and we have our estate agent ringing us all the time saying, "What are you doing? Why aren't you progressing things? Why aren't you looking to move?" Blah blah. And I think you are a dickhead.
Yeah, because wouldn't your ability to be able to pull out equity? Well, I'm assuming that would be like a national kind of problem. Because if I read an article today from Halifax. I was saying this on Monty's London stream earlier. This is relevant to the pound. And Halifax housing sales are decreasing year on year. It's decreased by a little bit, and 3 monthly by 3 monthly is also decreased. So so I'm assuming people's ability to pull equity out of the houses during this time of uncertainty, would that be a problem?
I would imagine so. I mean, the other thing is we're moving house without a mortgage. We don't need a mortgage anymore. But people who are buying our house need a mortgage, and I'm just wondering the whole thing could just fall apart.
Fall apart, yeah. Some estimates estimating that 30 to 40% of the global housing markets could crash.
Oh yeah. Well, this is the thing. I'm thinking, should we even move house? Because I mean, we're buying a house for $500,000, but once that's in a couple of months' time, it might be only worth 300,000 or something silly. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah, so it's better to wait for house prices to fall and then move, because I think it's like you know what Ted says when he plays Monopoly. You want to try and put yourself in the best position, and waiting for stuff to go down first. It's kind of a way to do that.
Yeah. well, all we can do is sit it out and wait and see what happens.
Yeah, but to be fair, your house values only matter if you want to sell. Do you know what I mean? Whether you've got negative equity in there or not, it only really matters if you want to sell it. So.
That's true. Hey, nice to hear you. How you doing, Alex? Long time no speak.
I know, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, fella. Good.
Good.
Is this Alex off my Instagram?
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
You're on about house sales though. We first accepted an offer on ours 12 months ago, Easter last year, and we're now on to our 5th buyers. And we've pretty much done everything legals wise, us and them. They've got lending, but solicitors aren't allowed to complete on sales at the minute.
Why?
So I'm presuming it's because of you've got to exchange keys, and whilst we're not living in the house at the minute and haven't been for about 10 months, I think they're thinking if people have got the virus, are moving out of the house one day, new people moving in, they don't want that potential for new people to get infected, is my guess.
It's interesting though, because the government guidelines are actually different. Government guidelines have said that if the deal's already gone through, you can still move into the property. So it's crazy how like on certain things, like, you know,
provided it doesn't put anybody at risk, is what they're saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've signed contracts, and I think they have as well. We just haven't completed it yet because we're not allowed to complete. So we're literally just sat waiting for the next couple of weeks now until everything goes through, which is a bit of a pain. And the estate agents are shut anyway, so they've obviously got a set of keys which they can't transfer over. It's a bit of a ball ache.
There you go.
But a lot of these things, they're going to be impacting the economy, you know. So,
massively so.
You guys talking about your kind of frustrations and problems is probably going to be on a macro level as well. So it's stuff we can use to influence good trading decisions.
Oh yeah, I won't want to know how much money the government have missed out on stamp duty.
So
at the moment,
apart from the tenants not out from houses, there's a chart here. People sent you a chart. So waiting for price to break above 134,500. Yeah, looks good. This here too. I have the same levels here on GG. I'm kind of like waiting for it to break above either resistance or support. So it's very important you wait for this range to break here. We were looking at GP CAD here too for it to continue bearish. Once this support breaks, then it should continue moving bearish. GBP CAD. Because the 30-minute candle just started 2 minutes ago. The previous one closed bullish. It closed below this support, now turned resistant. So you'd want this level to hold for it to continue bearish.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, lots of waiting. Waited a lot yesterday too before it took the sells on GJ. Waited like almost an hour and a half yesterday.
Yeah, sure.
Over skin.
Hey Rakeel, I set my chart on UJ. How do you like that support?
Oh, let's take a look here.
It's kind of a similar setup as GJ.
Support form stops would be under this wick. Waiting for price to close bullish. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, if you have candle closing bullish, then that would basically mean that okay, we went up, created a base, and then the candle closed bullish, and the next one should continue moving bullish. Yeah, yeah, that would look good.
You know, if you look left on GJ on the weekly candle, this is actually a weekly resistance.
Yes.
But the push past this area, is super clean. I think Rakeel and Ted always say if the candles are clean one way, then going the other way. But yeah, looking left, hopefully we get some rockets, man.
Yeah, waiting for this to break here at 134 400.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? UJ 15 minutes waiting for a break above here, and there's another chart here. 30. Oh yeah, he's got the same as yours, Stefan.
Yeah.
Oh wow, GP.
You know, also on the way back up of GJ Rakeel, on the weekly time frame, there's really huge gaps, man. What does the when we approach? Because if you look to the left recently, there's also a recent gap, just a zone. So is that impacting price's ability to kind of push past, or what is that?
What price is that gap?
Just look at my chart. This gap to the left is 130. This gap to the left is 134 400, let's call it, to 133 700.
133 700.
Yeah, 133 700 to 134 400. That's the gap. That's the nearest gap right now.
Oh, yeah. So basically, what's gonna have, like, price is only going to look left to its most recent left, and it's just gonna act on that. So if it breaks this resistance here, there's a higher chance it's gonna continue moving bullish. So I mean, that gap, I'm not really gonna include that in my execution at all. Tokyo government to go and lock down that may push GJ up. Yeah, wait and see what happens. Alright, what's this chart? Gold, 30 minute. If next 15 minute candle breaks below the previous 30 minute candle, I will enter a sell. Perfect. You have your risk, you have your take profit. Awesome. How should I buy at what position? Well, depends on what pair you're looking at and what time frame you're looking at.
You know, Rakeel, I think this 4 hour, if it closes, you know, you say if a candle closes with like no significant body, then the next one just continues as it is. If this one closes a bit higher in the next 20 minutes, then we could probably just see a big dildo come the next 4 hour.
Yeah, I think so too, because we had a big move, and then price started to consolidate, and then there should be continuation till 135. So you're right. For that to happen, I think 134 needs to hold. And GJ ranging on the daily, danger trades. Well, that's correct. But you also have to understand that the smaller time frames are going to eventually create the higher time frames. You have to keep that in mind. If you look on the daily time frame, daily is ranging. Yeah, perfect. We all know that. We see that. I mean, it's a no-brainer. When you go down to the smaller time frames, then you consider, okay, now we can maybe look for a break. Because if we break above 134 400, there's a very high chance we're going to go towards 134 800. What does that mean for the daily? Then daily is breaking out of that range. You get me, Mr. Elvin. So that's why they say that you need to analyze on the higher time frame where it can go, and then execute on a smaller time frame, because the smaller time frames are going to give you those confirmations. Like let's say candle breaking above 134,400, you can have a stop loss and you can anticipate price to continue moving up. So saying that you can't take a trade because daily is ranging, I think that's a very false statement. You need to back that up with the smaller time frames.
Do you think that kind of mindset comes from in being too scared to lose money, so not understanding risk properly, stop losses?
Yeah, probably. Like need to know the stops though.
I think a buy stop would be good, like 134,500.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind too. What I had in mind was 134, 440, 430.
Yeah, my reasoning kind of behind like 134,500 rakeel is just like, if price actually does push past resistance, I want it to look like it's going to break the high of that wick, that kind of like what time frame are you in? I want it to like push past four 30-minute candles ago. I want it to push past the high of that wick rather than it triggering a buy stop and then closing back in the range.
Yeah, mate, I think it's gonna break up because the New York Open is gonna happen in 20 minutes. And if candles keep closing bullish, which they are on the 1 hour and 30 minute, that New York Open push may break through 134,400. Yes, Tashan. Yes.
Yes, sir. Let's see it. You know, it's crazy as well, because, sorry.
Yeah, go on, go on.
No, you go. I'm cool.
No. What's crazy?
What's crazy is like the gold prices, some of the futures gold prices are already at like 1727, you know.
Oh.
But like the spot price of gold that we trade has not caught up yet, so it's a bit mad. That's all I have to say, really.
Yeah, the spot gold and the other one, like they're very, very different prices. Man, if someone's, this could be a good stop. I mean, it's a 20 pip stop, but then you're anticipating this resistance to break and continue on for another 40, 50 pips. I need to ask Mr. Raja a question. Oh, sure, ask me. Yeah, this is gonna break up. GU looking good to go too. Yes, exactly. You're taking buys or sells on gold? Nothing. I don't trade gold. Perfect. This 15-minute candle is about to close. Next one. Man, if the next one breaks above 134,400, New York Open, we'll push it down and we're going to continue moving up. That's the best case scenario. The very best case scenario. Alright, what's this chart over here? Would you consider this as a potential resistance before 135? No. I mean, you can consider this as a 134,700 as like a potential target as price continues to go up. Yeah, you can consider this as a potential target because price. I mean, it's going to be rare if price will just shoot straight up to 135. You know, because if you look left, you're going to see some sort of resistances, consolidation. So price will never go straight up unless there's a fundamental stimulus there. It might continue up. It'll look left. It will see some resistance. It will kind of like come down, consolidate, and then go up more. You know, so you're right about that area. Right? Might have some issues there. For all I'm worried about is just
here we go,
winning this trade over here. Oh, we go breaking up.
Man,
Pew pew pew.
I have buys at the 15-minute support, so
nice.
Pretty good position right now.
Yeah, this should
Raja.
continue bullish. Yeah, I'm already in buys at enter at 134, 335.
Sneaky buys.
Curry, you in?
Yeah, 134.15.
Yeah, same. I'm in the same.
Wow.
14.
Right. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm expecting the last 15 minutes of this hour is gonna make a nice push.
Nice push incoming, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Hey, Karen, you know you're like low-key stealing my girl, right? Because like when usually I trade while she's here, and she listens to the stream, and she always comments on your accent. So stop talking, man.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, nowadays I have to talk like fucking Pablo Escobar just to get a sandwich around here.
Oh, Pablo, come on. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh,
man.
I ask her for a sandwich, she says, no, talk like Kerwin. Ah, fuck.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Did they enter a trade? No. I mean, it's not about if we entered a trade for you to copy the trade. It's about us giving you ideas and then you having the guts, or you being a betting man to actually execute on that idea. That's what it's about. So if you are an alpha, you would have executed. If you are not alpha, you were waiting for a signal. We have some alpha females here too. They execute with no hesitation at all. Yeah, this should continue up. NY open should just make it continue going up to like, I think 134,600 would be okay. 134,700 would also be okay. 600 and 700.
Yeah, remember we can get easily once we break this small resistance over there, we can get easily 20-25 pips.
Oh, easy.
So I'm expecting at least 134.750 with a bridge, and then maybe a pullback and then consolidation. London close should continue moving up. That's the plan for the day. I'm not gonna be stressing out.
Can it bounce at 134,500? Well, I think it's going to continue through and go to 134,600 and 700.
Yeah, that's where my TP is.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's great.
137.3.
137.3?
No,
Yeah.
137. Tinman, 134.
Tinman, open your eyes, man.
Tinman, we're in the 134s. So it can be 137.
No, Roger said it's gonna go through 135 and 136.
Oh, no. 134, 600, and 700. That's what I said. Now Tin Man is looking at its charts clearly. What the fuck does it say? Ooh, someone took buys here on GJ. Nice. Yeah, see this 30-minute candle's closing bullish? This is great. Great position for the 30-minute candle to be in. 20 pip stop loss. 24.25 pip gain.
I think if people miss that original entry or they were looking for one, you can probably wait another 15 minutes to the 8 o'clock hour, which is the North American Open, where we're going to get probably a big pullback to drive further up. So,
yeah, someone just said party candle forming.
GJ is ranging since March 29th. Why would it break today? Why not?
Yeah, we already went over that. Smaller time frames create the higher time frames.
Yep. People are looking for formulas on why things happen. They just do. If we knew when the breakout was happening, Raja would put the live stream on exactly when we knew the breakout was going to happen, and the rest of the week it would be off. The whole point of trading is showing up.
Oh,
you ready, Raja Papa?
Just the momentum on that 30-minute candle is amazing.
I secured some positions over here. New York Open should just push it up.
Yeah, it's going to rifle up and then pull back into that zone. I might miss the entry.
What was the confirmation to enter? I entered when this 30-minute candle was breaking the high of the previous 30-minute candle, and I kept my stop down over here, and I expected to continue moving with New York session.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there's your
There you have it,
134,600.
Raja. All right, I'm securing 50% of my last position because I have this runner. It's beautiful movement.
Beautiful movement.
Yeah.
Gonna miss this trade.
No, stops. I have 20 pips in profits.
Nice.
Another run.
Yeah, I just secured half at 40
Beautiful.
pips.
Yeah, because what happened is the last 5 minutes of the 1 hour candle, you may have a pullback to lift the wick to the upside on the 1 hour. So the next push is going to be around 8 with the new hour opening to fill the entire wick. But safe play is already done.
Keep in mind that with the NY Open, GJ might not even do a retest and just continue going.
I know.
Yeah,
I was
also
thinking that.
That's the problem too.
I was just watching us go up, going, "Oh man, did I miss that?" But I'll pray that you guys get your trade and then it comes back to retest so we can get in again. Because I won't take a position before 8 o'clock, even though this 5-minute candle could burst 20 pips.
Ted, where you looking area? 134,300 area?
I'm looking right now. I want it to come back to 430. Dip down in there a little bit. And if we can tap 400, 134, 400, I've got my next resistance will be up at 134, 900. So there's lots of room to play. I think we can easily achieve 134, 900 today.
Ed, are you looking at that based on 4 hour to get that target?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, and if we go, if you look on the daily, the daily space, there's like a daily zone that we're in right now that started at like a huge wick back on March 9th at 132.560. That whole play, that whole zone goes all the way to 134.857. So my assumption here is because we're bullish, we're going to fill that zone up again.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Because we just broke out of a level. Like we just literally on the 4 hour broke out of like a level that I had drawn about 2 weeks ago from 132.763 to 134.300, and we've broken out of there, and we have a wick to the downside to push further up. First, you could almost go to 135.500 with this current candle if it breaks out hard enough.
Yeah, I got 430 something. Yeah.
Yeah, you could literally break all the way up with the way that we're looking, because now this candle that I see on the higher time frames, we're leaving that huge zone where we've been sort of ranging for the longest time between 132.600 and 133.400 basically.
Have you looked at the levels at like September and October last year as well on daily? Yeah. Sound. Yeah, I was looking at the same kind of bits as well.
Yeah, because the daily now is about to break out of this current area.
I think that's enough now. Like being in here, I've been in here long enough.
Yeah, on the daily, our biggest challenge will probably be around 136 600 to 135 400. There's those wicks. Raja has it over here.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
The wicks up at the top there, because I think this daily candle on GJ should basically mirror, because we have pretty clear traffic going up now to the left. Like if you can see that this box over here, this box over here, this would be our target area. Like it's super open. So once we break into that area, so once this breaks up into this area here, you basically have clean traffic to the left. The other thing that I look at is the fact that we have massive candle movement. These are massive candles. Probably not the greatest color. It's hard to. These are massive candles right here. Because we have that, chances are we should mirror something right over here. So we should have that huge drive up. So if people are watching GJ, I wouldn't necessarily be worried that you missed anything today. I think what you need to be aware of is as we break up on like the next couple of daily candles, we could easily push right through that zone, or like not the zone, but you can have that move happen, go to 136 very, very fast.
Yeah, because that matches up nicely with 11th of October daily.
That's right.
That's the one I've been watching. But the only one that concerns me there is that kind of, you see, there's the bearish one that pulls down that kind of matches with the level to the left.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure whether that was going to be that might be like a max target as such, I think.
Well,
to start with.
I would use the targets, like my target would be probably the balance of the body of that candle. So I'd be looking for the body, because you have a bearish candle that went hard. You have a bullish candle that went hard, and then you have another bearish candle that went hard. So looking over here, we should have a bullish candle that drives right through that, or a series of bullish candles. So maybe 1 or 2 daily candles that do it. So I think anybody looking to trade GJ, that is what you're targeting. Once you get into that range on the daily, or those bullish, or that candle section on the daily, you're gonna have a nice smooth move up. There's no traffic to the left.
Yeah, sensible. Yep. Like you said, there's a lot of room to play, so you ain't got to rush it.
Yeah. My only worry is if you miss the move up into 135s.
Yeah.
Like if you miss them, once we get to 135 with GJ, if you miss the move at 135 and you're looking to swing, it's going to be very hard for you to get an entry to swing back up to 140. You're probably going to have to get a position at like 138 at that point. So if you miss 135, because of the size of the wicks and the mess that we have on the daily, you're going to have probably you're going to want to look at 138. Anything under 139, you're pretty good to go. And then from 140, we're going to 146.
Yeah, that's a proper move, that one.
That's the weekly range when we get back to normal currency movement.
Yep.
So like right now, I'm just trying to figure out if we can get a nice move up out of 134 into 135. Once we get into 135, I'll be very, very cautious to try and see if we can get a hold there.
Yeah. Very interesting, that, because it gives me a bit of confidence because I'm marked up pretty similar, so it's all good.
Yeah, we're just doing that election range again that we did the last time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then now we're coming back again.
I wondered whether we get that kind of, like on the daily and before that election part from September down to October, where we got that pullback there. I thought that was where we were going to get something similar to that now, but actually I don't think we're going to get that now.
Yeah, your stop is going to be below, like around 134, 350 for it to continue moving bullish.
Yeah, I agree. That's a nice stop loss.
This is the pullback I was looking for. Good.
Can you open now along with TP 135, stop loss 134.20? Yes. Because this 30-minute candle, this is the breakout candle. You know, this candle broke out of this resistance better than the 6 a.m. candle that broke out. So you'd expect for it to kind of retest this area, create some sort of support to continue moving bullish. So if you're taking impulse entries, your stop is going to be around, I think you can have like a 24, 25 stop down here around the 134, 200, and then aim for price to continue moving till 134, 700, 134, 800. So should be good that way.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get a position at 134, 530. Hoping that this set of candles break to the upside bullish, and then we go to 135. So looks like I'm executing now.
You can't even force into it with that.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just looking, I was like,
All right, well, let's hope support holds at this level. I really need support to hold over here, otherwise it's going to be a mess.
I guess you're looking at 5, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So this is going to be essentially my risk, and then this is going to be the reward.
Definitely worth it.
Gonna be a little tough, but we'll see.
Yeah, it is a tight one.
Yeah.
It's the options you got there. It's not. You haven't got much more. It's either that or you're playing off at 15, and that's quite deep. And
let's build a rocket over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea.
Boom. If it goes to 135, what stops it from flying up to a trend on the daily and go to like 138? I think we should focus on 135 first today before focusing on 130.
Yeah, it's just high time frame stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when people look at those higher time frames, like in this case, the 138, things like that, you have to go through some logical sequences first. Like, give yourself opportunities of steps. Think of this trade as like a roadmap for like a, you know, if you're going on a road trip, you're gonna eventually have to stop somewhere or set your take profit or set your stop loss somewhere, like in profit. Obviously, if it goes to 138, that's great, but you know you're gonna have to secure profits along the way. So that's why we try and do simple targets, because then you know you're managing the trade better at that point.
Also, I think knowing them higher time frames, it gives you that option to understand where you could have a re-entry and stuff as well, if you needed to. You know, you can plan it out before.
At this point, do you execute by market stop order? Well, I had a stop at 134.533, which got activated as I was setting it because I thought we were going to dip a bit more, but it's okay. Probably end up taking a loss here because it's going to drop too far. Way too early. Imagine if it's a fake out. It probably is a fake out. But my risk does not allow me to think of probability like that. Gold is no sell confirmation yet. I'm not touching gold today because we have a daily candle that dropped heavy. So I don't want to touch it until we get more confirmation that it's going bullish. But Ted. Why would GBP rise? Boris is an ICU on oxygen supply. Boris is not the GBP country.
It's not the.
There's. How far is too far to take a loss? Well, too far to take a loss is when you are not comfortable with that trade. If you have a system that works on the daily, what would you have to do to adjust it work on the lower time frame? You'd probably have to make it work. Your entries would have to be a little bit more precise. How many shares did you buy? I bought selfish things. I didn't buy shares. Do you have a full course stored online? Yep. On this YouTube channel, there's a full course stored online. Happy birthday to Ozfather. Thoughts on Euro NZD? Send a chart.
Guys, what's Trump saying about this virus thing? Is he sort of it's man-made, or is he flouting off? We hear you bits and pieces here, but not a great deal.
Well, he seems to think that obviously it's the China virus, and he basically said that it's their fault that that the U.S. has it, and he says that every day.
Yeah, we've got there's news articles here that saying the GBP government should sue China. There's also sort of false news out whether I don't know about whether it's 5G causing it.
Yeah.
This is about to rock it up.
And 8's gone. I don't. Sorry.
Yeah. Rock it up, fam.
Yeah, we need this area here to break first, and I want a clean break, and then this area here will become the new zone. So your initial impulse will probably tap to fill this wick. So this was your trade, right? You get nice wick fill here. Then you may get a drop back in and then a bounce back up. So your initial push should fill the top part of this 15-minute wick. That should be very easy. And then after that, we should be on our way to move further up, because we do have clean traffic to go higher. There's silence because there's nothing to say. Sort of like when there's no trade, you don't worry about the charts.
Yeah. Complete opposite right now.
And this is going to continue moving bullish.
Yeah. You just have to get out of this little zone that it's in.
Yes.
As long as it's respecting 134 450, we're good.
Yeah, because now what's happened is we have this new zone that's being formed over here. So we really need a candle that pulls out.
Yeah.
That dips into this zone and then literally pulls away. That's what we're looking for. To get out of this zone. That's your biggest issue. So right now, if you're looking to take a trade here, your stop loss has to be basically below this area here, and then obviously figure out what your take profit is going to be at that point. That's probably the safer way to trade, because now we're starting to create a zone on the smaller time frames. But keep in mind at any point we can dip back into it. So just going to be a pain for a bit to get out of this area.
Yeah, maybe a little bit potential there.
Yeah, your stop could be at around like 134, 430, and then you can continue on to 134, 700, and 800 as very, very safe targets.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Literally.
Take me to the promised land, GJ.
Yeah, if you want a safe trade, you need something above over here for it to be safe. All this in here, you're speculating still.
No, man, this is very positive speculation.
Yeah, well, no, I know that, but I mean,
very positive.
I'm in the trade. I don't care. I don't care where this goes. I know we're going up, but for people that bite their nails every single time they take a trade, I'm trying to give them something that's like, the easier spot. Like, this is probably going to be your easier spot. This area over here is sort of your nail biter, and then down over here, you're going to start like pooping your pants. So I'm giving people levels of trade.
Yeah, the pooping the pants area is where you should be out of the trade.
Yeah,
that's
you should take the diaper off. All right, I'm done.
But that's where people start holding the trade. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're already exited over here, and they're still holding, going, oh, is it still going to go up? Oh, maybe we're just going to come here and still continue. And it's like, no, like, you're out. This is the thing with GJ over here as an example. If you take a trade over here and you get stopped out over here, that's fine. You're okay, because when it starts to move again, just take the same entry and then let it continue. You just got in early. Like, don't push yourself into a panic because we've said, oh, it has to go to 135, and now if you don't get your entry over here, you're screwed. No, you're not. It's the idea is keep your risk management in place, have your stop over here. If we happen to dip down over here for whatever reason, you got stopped out of here, you lost your trade, who cares? As it starts coming back up over here, you can now reevaluate and say, oh, is there an opportunity, a second opportunity, and catch it again back up. Don't be stubborn and hold, because this could potentially drop all the way back down here, and then what? You're like, oh, but I was told on the stream that it's going to go all the way to here. Yeah, because you know what ends up happening is it creates this massive wick over here, and then it drives all the way up, and then you're sitting there going, oh, well, I already lost buckets going down here, and now I'm stuck and I missed the whole move back up. This is the reason why you have a stop loss in place, so that if something happens over here, you can be like, that's okay. I had my risk tolerance in place, and if we get out of this zone cleanly, I can take an entry again over here. That's the reason why you have a stop loss.
Oh, there you go.
Shit, I closed off just as it did that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Raja. I'll close.
Just let it run, Raja. You have 5 or 10 pips more up there.
Yeah, just close 20 pips.
Yeah, I just got out.
Yeah, I just got out.
Great job, guys.
Beautiful.
Letting it
So
run and run.
Yeah.
All right.
Technically speaking, you probably have another 3 minutes before it.
Yeah, I'd watch this.
8:22, 8:23. You might get a little more push, but that initial push was enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I closed
I
off
agree.
just on that wick, and then just I pressed it,
down
and
on
jumped
the
a bit
greed.
more.
Yeah, because once again, all we have to do is go back to what our discussion was. Our original discussion was, here's a zone that we were trying to leave. This new zone was created. And what did we see? We saw this candle print, but then this one print outside the zone. So chances are it should come, first fill this, and then we got a little bit of an extra push. So basically, like I said, the risk was minimal, little tiny risk, and you had your big reward, because I know that's exactly what Raja did, because I saw him mapping out his trade.
Mm-hmm. I think we're all looking at the same thing.
As we were in that trade, I just got an alert that Boris Johnson's doing a little bit better. So I don't know if that did anything to it. Yeah, he's on like standard oxygen, but doesn't have pneumonia and isn't on a ventilator.
So if you like the trade, you like the analysis, I want you all to like the stream, so you know.
Oh, you know.
So, you know,
Let's go, man. Come on.
Hit the like button.
Yeah, definitely do the likes. Another one for the book.
Yep. Yeah, here's the 822, 823 push that goes back up into that range over there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
Great Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we do every day, you know. Since
well planned. Well
yeah,
executed.
this morning here, someone was saying that, oh, why are they trying to buy daily is at the ranging. It's okay.
Yeah, somebody was like mentioning the daily range. It was like, oh, why don't you wait for the range to get out? And then again, it's like, if that's the case, then we'd have to wait a week because that's how long it ranged on the daily. So, I mean, that's where, you know, like how you guys were talking about, like that's when the smaller time frames come in hand, like the 30-minute, of course.
Yep. If I buy the market fluidity course, can I get the Forex family course? You don't qualify, my friend. You need to meet the qualification criteria.
So, for just a little bit more background, if we were now to apply this same concept to our higher time frames, so say the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, you can get the exact same moves, but they're going to be magnified. They're going to be a little bit bigger. So this is how you back test. This is how you become an 80 or 90% win rate, because you look for these small little ideas and you keep repeating them over and over again. But more importantly, you start looking for them now in the higher time frame and you become greedy. And it's not a bad greed, it's a good greed, because what you do is, this is natural evolution. Because now what you say to yourself is, hey, if I was able to get 20 pips on this setup here on the 15-minute candle, what if I move that same setup to the 4-hour candle? It would take me longer, but now I could get more. So this is where you start to evolve as a trader, because you understand what's happening on the smaller time frame, and now you can move your information to the higher time frames. And as you become more patient and as you become more confident, you then start to see these bigger moves and you have a lot better opportunities for yourself. So when you start to see bigger trades appear, you're like, hey, I can hold this a little bit longer, leveraging my information from the smaller time frames and moving it into the higher time frames. So right now, you as a trader, if you decide that course of action, you can say, hey, I move my stop maybe over here, or I still hold my stop, say, right over here. And as I see these candles start to move away on the 15-minute time frame, I can start to slowly move my stop up, but then I can start to look at my hour or my 4-hour time frame and say to myself, does my stop over here make sense for the higher time frames? And if it doesn't, I can wait because I know the higher time frames now are going to start to drive bullish as well. So these are little things that you can add to your repertoire as a trader, and you can manage your trade better. And that's when people ask me all the time. They say, well, you know, why did one trade run only 8 pips and the other one ran like 40? It's because I was using the same technique, understanding what I wanted on the higher time frame, securing profit on the smaller time frames first, to using these 8 pips to move my stop loss a little bit lower, knowing that I can get 40 pips, accounting for the fact that maybe this dips a little bit further down before it starts to go up. So what I'm doing is I'm securing my first position, 8, whatever, 10, whatever number you have, 12. And then what I'm saying is I'm borrowing some of this money here that I've made here to put it into my bigger position, because now my total pip gain will be about 48, and then my risk is still maybe 10 or 12 or maybe, you know, 15 pips, right? And it allows me to manage my trade. I can then adjust my risk to my reward based on that information, because now I've already started to secure money, which I'm calculating as part of my overall position. And if you don't understand this concept, or this concept's too difficult for you, just focus on simplicity, please. Because I don't want to have to try and explain multiple nuances of how to borrow money from one position to add it to another. This is something that you build as a technique for yourself. There's no mathematical formula. There's no right or wrong way. It's your comfort level, right? Perfect example. If I see that I have 6 bad poker players at a table, I will now put down $10,000 instead of 5,000, because my probability of winning more has just gone up, similar to what's happening over here based on the higher time frames. I'm not risking more. I'm using probability to leverage my idea a little bit more.
I think even we've, since this time last year, I think even we've evolved with that higher time frame stuff. I think massively. So I'm spotting a lot. Well, I'm getting a lot better, longer holds, as we say. So we're still starting off like that and being able to add a position using what you've made, like you said. So yeah, it's good.
But Ted, the problem is this setup is rare to happen on the bigger time frame. It's not rare to happen on the bigger time frame. It's you haven't experienced it enough in the markets to see this. As you start to see profitable ideas that you use every day, your mind only starts to see those ideas. Like this over here, I didn't even see this. I don't even care what this is. All I saw was this. And then I just used my higher time frames. Like that's all I was looking at. I didn't care about any of this. This is nothing to me. This was my focus. I don't care what happened down here. That's irrelevant. I know that I missed the initial move. This was the trade right here. This was the trade to go further here. So now my idea is, how do I get in to take a trade and be profitable? That's your next step, right? Would it be smart to put a buy limit? It's smart to do anything that you want to do. When people ask, what's your opinion, or does this make sense, or should I do this? It's really comes down to what your comfort level is. You know, asking for a buy limit, does it make sense if a buy limit goes there? Well, what if the buy limit, what if this candle here, as an example, this candle here creates rejection and starts to go down here this way over here, and your buy limit's at 500? Does it make sense to have a buy limit there? Probably not. When people ask those kind of questions, there's not generally enough information to provide a solid answer or to give you a workable solution that is effective over a long-term set of results. How much should I risk if I have $1,000 account? What lot size should I use if I have a $500 account? I don't have enough information on you as a trader to provide a sensible solution that is workable for every single scenario, because there are multiple instances where maybe you're risking 2%, and there's multiple instances where you're maybe risking 3 or 4%. I don't know what your comfortable is, right? I mean, you're trying to think of variables for the sake of thinking variables sometimes. And I'm not saying that to insult people, but a lot of people are worried about these small little mechanical features of trading, such as what's my risk, what's this, when you can easily calculate, do I feel horrible when I lose $100 in a day? Probably you do. So then you know you're risking too much. It's irrelevant of your account size. It's relevant to how you feel as a person when it comes to risk. You know, that's sort of the bigger issue is your comfortability when you're actually trading. When you figure that out, then trading becomes easy.
Well, this is going good. Never hit my stop loss and way back down. Perfect. So you see it's making a series of high highs and high lows. This is where GJ doesn't really do retests and it continues moving bullish, bullish.
Very good, man.
Where gold do here? Oh shit!
Oh fuck! What was that? Damn it!
Man, if you're trading gold, like you have balls to trade gold.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's all over the place today.
Good luck. Oh. Uncle Ted, would you wait for a pullback? So basically, you have the 30-minute candle that broke up, closed above. So now you're expecting this candle to respect the low here and continue moving bullish. The 4-hour has now broken up, and 30-minute has broken up, 15-minute has broken up. So, you know, if you were in the trade, that was your exit right here, 134,700. I remember someone sent a chart about 134,700 as a potential resistance area. I forget where that chart was, because there was a wick here which they saw.
It was based on the gap I was telling you about before.
Yeah, it was some wick over there I saw. Well, I'm happy we did a play-by-play of this move and it played out again.
Yeah, me too. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, it was a good good explanation. Same as gold. It was gold yesterday, right? Yeah. Two real good explanations.
Raj, do you speak Arabic? No.
Raj.
I don't know any Raj who speaks Arabic.
Raj. Bro, can you fix my computer?
What if price is ranging on the higher time frame and trend is up on lower time frame? Well, that's what happened here. Price was ranging on the daily time frame, but the trend was up on the lower time frame. You just need to do more investigation of what was happening in the charts. I have been getting profits by joining your live, guys. Excellent day today. Oh, nice, man. Man, people are making profits. Raja, why did you decide to decrease your lot size this month? I don't know. This is my last day of trading for this week. I'm not going to trade anymore till the end of the week. I have some stuff going on, and I think that might affect my psychology, so I'm just going to chill out. Why would the NY Open necessarily continue the bullish trend on GJ? That's an excellent question. The reason why is because market moves in, now, we all know market moves in waves, right? So let's say if price was moving up. So when price is moving up, the move up is a wave going up, and these waves are not going to happen all the time. They happen at specific times of the day. So if you look at the market here, we had this ranging situation happening here from London. So we had the London push up and then price started to range. So start to look at the time, right? You start to look at the time that, okay, when's the next time there's going to be volume in the market? So you look, okay, after London Open, there's going to be volume at pre-New York. So we come to pre-New York here, like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. Price is still in the range, and when it starts to approach resistance, and then you look at the time again. That's what we were talking about. You look at the time again, and you're like, okay, well, the next time of volume is going to be at New York Open, right? So maybe in New York Open. So then you got to ask yourself, okay, like these zones and resistances, when are they most likely to break? They're most likely to break when there's a lot of volume in the market. There's a lot of momentum. So when you look at the time, okay, we're closing to New York Open, we might get a push. And that's why we got this push up. And then, Ted was talking about how with the New York Open, there'll be a pullback. This was a pullback. And then continued push up. So you keep those things in mind. And I mean, it's very logical. Oh, someone sent me their profits.
YouTube?
Yeah, I think they said I'll send them to you on IG. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send myself some profits. I thought New York was at 8 a.m. I don't know whether that's a troll question or what's going on, but probably going to ignore that. So if you look at the screen, I'm pretty sure you can look at the live stream, right? If you look at the bottom right corner, it says 8:30 a.m. 7th April. So it's 40 minutes past 8 a.m. Will you still be here for the rest of the week? Yes. I'll still be here for the rest of the week. I can't shut the live streams, man. I just can't. They're like a phenomenon. I mean,
out of life now, right?
Yeah, it's like a part of my life, like part of our routines. Like,
yeah, I'm finding that. I wake up, it's like a natural thing,
right? Like if you don't show up, you're like feel bad, like oh man.
I did, yeah. The other day I woke up late and I was like, oh god damn. So,
yeah,
everyone's waiting.
You said New York opens in 20 minutes. No, no. Peter Parker, I think you need to stick to Spider-Man. New York opened 40 minutes ago.
What's the equity open at 9:30 and your name is Trade Bassett? Oh my god. I'm not even answering that question. How do people not know what these what's happening at certain times.
Oh, nice. Let's go, GJ.
Here we go. Last 10 minutes.
Oh,
last 20 minutes. That'd be good.
Price making higher highs, higher lows. Perfect. Come on, GJ, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on going.
My runner's running and my swinger's swinging like Batman.
Oh, that's awesome.
The runner is
Good
following
for
the
ground.
It's off the ramp, mate. He's gone.
Yeah, I think it was a very nice push here after that break.
Lovely.
Lovely today, lovely.
Lovely jubbly.
24 pips.
It's nice to see we had like the London push, then consolidation, then we got the push again. That's nice.
Yes.
That's I love it when it does that because you can kind of follow you.
Yeah, like
wait for consolidation, then look for it again now.
Oh.
Normally. Yeah, that's what we like.
Pushing 800 incoming.
Yeah, mate.
Very good trade.
Yeah, fair play.
Come on.
Come on, Gigi. Come on.
800.
Oh, fuck. Come on.
Man, I can't believe it. We do this every day.
Time to make more buys.
I was watching your stream since you have like 700 viewers. Oh, nice. Yeah. Now average is like 1500. I remember we started with 20.
But if he's been watching since 700 views, he should be a millionaire by now.
Man, I missed the live streams on Twitch. They were cool.
Yeah, we could play our own music, and Mixer was really good. Like, I mean, if
Mixer too.
If YouTube had that Mixer thing where you can send fireworks and all that, that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
You win it.
Those Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. How do you subtract the emotional part of trading when it comes to trading money and losses? Well, you should understand how much you're risking in every single trade. Stop over trading. Stop over risking.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody sounds like they're in trouble. Oh. Just say yes, just say yes.
Jak ona tam się nazywała? Kicior.
Right. What's predictions for gold? Coming up or down? Muhammad Adil. Mr. Muhammad Adil, I think you need to send a chart. Where gold go up or down. Wow. Man. I remember asking those questions.
What I don't understand is why people can't read the screen. Like the first thing I would do if I came to this screen, this session or this YouTube channel would be look through the channel. I'd read the descriptions. I'd read what's scrolling across the charts. Like I would just do things to help myself. All right, Musi, you get blocked. I don't like that.
Yeah. Ted got triggered.
There's just so much information that you can read about or ask that you don't have to ask about that's already here, because a lot of this, like Raja, he anticipated that people would be asking these questions. So that's why he put all that stuff on the descriptions. He made a video. He did all that stuff so that you wouldn't have to come in and ask those questions. But I mean, if you think that that's going to be beneficial for you, you've already lost in trading. You're not going to be successful in trading. So you might as well just go watch TV. Just stated fact. I mean, sucks, but whatever.
You know what? I'll count this as a win at 134,800. That's close enough.
Oh yeah, man, definitely.
Man, I think FTMO should start sending us commissions because people are winning the challenges.
The only thing I don't like about FTMO is you can only withdraw once a month.
%70%. I still have to wait to see if someone who has actually withdrawn profits.
Hey guys, I'm off. Thank you kindly. Thank you so much.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for putting up with me.
No problem.
Right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Gorilla Strength, the guy. Thank you so much.
Take care. Take care, mate.
And everyone else.
That's giving an award speech, bro.
Oh, there you are, motherfucker.
I thank you. I thank my mom and dad. Thanks the producer, the host.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you, the public, for supporting me.
And most important, I'd like to thank the man upstairs.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. 134,800. Yeah, man. See, like sometimes GJ does no retest. It just like most times keeps on running. So you just trust these higher highs and higher lows when you execute trades.
Yeah.
Coach, like on, I don't know how about GJ, but on GCAD, it does the retest when it's really bullish momentum. Right now, it was just one or two candles. It's not really good.
Yeah, you get those boogers. Are you expecting one more push up to 135 and then retracement for a while? Honestly speaking, right now I'm not expecting anything. Like my target was around 134,800. That's where I want the price to go, and that's it. I mean, if it goes up 20 more pips to 135, then that's even better. Looks good for the gram.
Yeah, man. Oh, fuck, wow. Beautiful move, man.
Yeah, he called the whole thing. Yeah, I got like half of this move from like 450 up to like 650.
Whoever trades breakouts, that's a good trade.
I agree.
I think our boy Paul caught that move.
Nice. Oh wow, 134,900 approaching. We're gonna hit 135. Oh, what's 10 pips on GJ, man? Nothing.
Nothing, man.
Come on, push.
Push.
Push. What's for breakfast? I think I'm gonna have eggs and avocados.
That's a good breakfast, especially on toast.
Yeah, on toast too.
Our avocados over here are pretty crap, to be fair.
Yeah. All right, we're approaching 135 here. Oh, 5 more pips. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on, GJ.
Come
You
on,
can
GJ.
do it, man. Oh, man.
I'm getting my horns ready over here. Oh, 135 approaching.
Whoosh.
Can we get 135? 135, 995.
Here comes the greed.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yeah, trust me, I'm done. I'm out. I've got
Oh,
the
yeah,
tiniest
me
little
too.
piece of a runner. I've got like a real tiny bit
Take
left.
some more positions.
I'm just giving emotional support to GJ to go to 135.
Cool work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that move.
Yeah, beautiful move.
Mm-hmm.
Did what you did yesterday, Chris. I didn't realize one of my runners from this morning had a take profit on it.
You know what? I've just looked. My thing at the bottom started going green, and I was like, "What's going on here?" I was like, that's where I moved it out the screen. They did exactly the same thing again. Still,
Yo,
we'll
bro,
count, man.
you sound like the Geico lizard. That's awesome. His voice.
What the fuck?
This man sounds like the Geico lizard, man. So well spoken, like an English chap and shit.
That's Ralph, man.
No, because Pierce Brosnan.
Hey, Alex.
No, Kerwin sounds like a Mexican rat. He's good.
Yo, Alex, you all right?
Lizard man.
Ooh, looks like GJ never came down to the point where people will be pooping their pants. It just went
No
straight up.
retest, coach.
No,
Yeah.
not really. Not really.
No, not really.
Yeah, we broke down the entire move though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your daughter, Chris? Hey. She doesn't want to say hi though.
It's too early.
Scoopity poop. Scoopity poop.
I have a question. I know the topic has been covered many, many, many times and will be asked again many times over. But I had buyers, like everyone on this trade has had buyers for GJ up to 134,900, but I closed at 800 on the previous 15-minute candle. How do you allow yourself that confidence? How do you grow to just say, no, it's fine, it's going to go and hit take profit? Because obviously it would have done.
Well, let me ask you this. Where was your stop loss?
I've closed my MetaTrader, so I can't remember. I had about 15 or 20 pips, which is like a set like risk versus like, I think it was 40 pips I was going to gain, 40 or 50 pips, something like that.
Okay. And where was your entry?
I had 469 and 493.
490. So basically your entries were somewhere right over here.
Yeah.
134,500. Awesome. So you closed at around 134,800.
Yeah.
Right here. So this just goes to the fact that, okay, now if you were trailing your stops below the lows of the candles, that's where you're putting your trust in. You know, like if the next candle starts and the next candle starts to push up, then you're like trailing your stop to the bottom of the candle and just saying that, okay, you know what, I have a runner on now, and the worst that's going to happen, my runner is going to get stopped out right at this area here. But it still has the momentum to it. Might push up to 134,900 where I really want it to go. So I would say, like, if you're having problems with the holding, I'd say just let like a very, very small position run with at a break even, because the idea is you need to develop that confidence slowly, you know, and it's not gonna come with you letting 50% running, because like obviously you want to secure profits, right? Like you don't want to lose the profits. You know that you're in profit. You want to close it, but you still know price can go where you want it to go. So I'd say let like a very small percentage running, like maybe 10%, 15, 5%. You know, if you have like a 50-cent lot open, maybe let like a 0.05 run.
Yeah.
You know, which may not seem a lot if it goes in profits, but it's going to be a lot for your psychology too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know, because then you can look back and say, okay, you know what, it reached where I wanted it to reach and I had to run it.
Yeah, it's that confidence built when you see that, like when you look over your MetaTrader and it's, you know, the position's closed and they're green because they've hit TP, not, you know, because you've manually closed them out. I've never trailed a stop loss before. Whenever it gets to a certain sort of 10 or 15 pips, whenever it gets to sort of like, 40 to 50% of my take profit, then I'll just cover my spread and give myself a few pips of profit on the stop. And then I'll just let it do its thing. If it hits my stop, then I've still secured, maybe 10 pips of profit or something. But I've never trailed it before, but that's, maybe I'll implement that and see how that works.
Yeah, it's very important because the confidence is built like from smaller moves. Because as you see it happen more and more, then you're going to start to let bigger positions run, and that's really going to catapult your profits.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. But hey, like the thing is, your analysis was correct. 134,900.
Yeah, I mean, I've just banked 120 pips today, so I really am not complaining.
Yeah, no, it's massive. It's pretty good. Good job, bro. Got it, I missed the move. Well, then you can watch the recap and you can see how you could have caught this move. Did you enroll for CERB? No.
GCAT dying after New York Open. New York Open night.
Oh. Oh, wow. It's crazy.
Little fake out to the top, came back in.
Yeah. GCAT, you drive me crazy. I just can't see. Oh, what's this? Another chart. Late GJ trade. Very nice. Beautiful. I think your stop should have been below the 30-minute candle right over here instead of all the way down over there. I wish I could be doing this in a live count. Well, you can make your wish come true by doing it on the live count. The thing is, hesitation comes from not accepting the loss. When you truly consciously say that, okay, I'm going to take this buy, and on this buy, I'm willing to risk X amount of dollars. And then you take the trade. And once you win it, you're like, okay, perfect. I won this trade, and I'm going to come back the next day and do it all over again. The problem happens when you win that trade, and you're like, okay, perfect. Now it's time to take another trade, and then another trade, and then before you know it, it doesn't really work well, So if you want to get rid of hesitation, get really good at controlling yourself with impulsive trades, controlling yourself with over trading. Focus on 1 or 2 trades, and that's it. 1 or 2 trades. Every day we come to the live stream since August 2018. Just 1 or 2 trades. There is no other way.
Coach, that's a perfect example right there. Like, price is not guaranteed to go to your level, so take profit whenever you can, even close to it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, because the idea about trading is to tell somebody, hey, I trade, and I just trade for like 2-3 hours, and that's when I tell some people, so now there are a lot of new people who message me, every now and then, and so I tell them, hey, I just trade 2-3 hours a day, and they're like, what, really? We spend hours every day. I'm like, yeah, you can do that, but sooner or later you realize that that's not a very constructive way to trade. Oh, we got a chart incoming here. I think this is an oil chart. Oh, oil chart. In Asian and London, price was unable to break its resistance, waiting to retest its support to become resistance, then take a sell. Nice. Yeah, so if this turns bearish, you can take a sell going down. Beautiful. Why you not sit and trade all day? Because I have a life. Oh wow, someone caught 70 pips. Beautiful. Yeah, so when I first started, I used to trade all the time. I trade New York Open, win in New York Open, then trade Asian session. Session would be 50-50, then trade the London, lose all my profit from London, and repeat. Did this for 4 or 5 months, and it got me nowhere, trust me. Got to the point where my wife said, man, you're crazy. I mean, who does this? So really had to understand that, okay, if I'm going to make trading as a part-time income, I need to give it part-time hours. That's the thing. Because once you, like, just like any business you start, you know, like any business you start, a business starts as a hobby. You like to do something, you like to make something that then people start to buy it, or you start to get good at it. And when you're doing a business after your, let's say, work, you're spending maybe 2-3 hours, 4 hours on the business. And a time comes where that the income from the business, it starts to match up with the income you're making at your primary job. That's when you start to realize that, okay, hey, wait a minute. Now this business is making almost the same income from my job. Maybe if I put more hours in this business and cut hours at my job, I think I can maybe, like, you know, extend it more, or like, you know, like, I'm having a language barrier here, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like a massive language barrier. So trading is the same thing, you know. Come here, 2-3 hours to spend here, and that's it. Did your long hours, did those long hours improve your skills in trading? No. No. The only thing that improved my trading and trading psychology was 1 or 2 trades a day, maybe like 3 hours on the charts. That's it. Your English is very good. Oh, thank you, thank you. Did you only take 1 trade today? Well, if you can read on the screen here, it says GJ trade 1, and then it says GJ trade 2. So I don't understand. Man, I think some people just lack that ability to read text on the screen. It's scary because I think people are so focused on the candles that they don't see the text written around it. It's just crazy. Ted, how about gold? I'm selling it with stop loss 1672. Okay, let's take a look at this here. Stop loss is 1672. TP is 1630. Right down over here. So you're expecting price for this 4 hour to continue bearish because the previous 4 hour went bearish. Yeah, looks good. Stop is good. TP is good.
Yeah, gold today is bearish, so we wait for it to resume its bullish direction. I got stopped out overnight, and I woke up, I'm like, oh, that's a nice drop.
Oh.
And carry on. And take buys on GJ.
Would you elaborate on how you stack orders? Smiley face. No, angry face. When you guys say 1 to 3 hours a day, how much learning hours did you put in? Oh, lots of learning hours. But I think that wasn't a very constructive learning because it was focused on New York session and Asian session. And like the idea is to be really, really good at one session. Just be really good at one session.
I used to put a lot of time in over the weekends, like I don't know, 6 hours a day, and that was way too much.
Yeah,
that's too much. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you can see by the amount of hair Chris has, or I have, or Daniel has. You know,
This is why we made the streams, right? So no one has to do that anymore.
Exactly.
We're saving hair around the world.
So, and see the amount of hair. Ted has a lot of hair. So he only focused on. He quickly realized that I need to just focus on one session.
That is true.
He kept most of his hair.
Tesla, I'm going to make one trade, and that's me done.
I never wanted this to be difficult for myself, and I don't understand why people enjoy torturing themselves. Like the amount of like eye gouging I do reading a lot of these questions in the YouTube channel. People make this so difficult for themselves, and it's you don't have to. How much time do I need to study? How much time do I need? When will I become this? When will I do that? It's just like, man, you don't have to worry about any of that. Just focus on yourself and your own path.
Yeah, because what works for someone might not work for someone else as well. I mean, for me at the time, when I was trying to really force it to understand as much as possible, I thought putting in as much hours as I could would help, but it kind of just blinded me to a lot of stuff. I had to kind of step back and like narrow it down a bit.
So whenever you feel the need to really do a lot of analysis on the trade you're trying to take because you're not sure, then don't take it. That's not a trade. That's not a trade, because when you see a trade, you're going to know that's a trade. So whenever you...
Chris, you did London session last night?
Yeah, that was my morning, dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna join you tonight, bro.
More than welcome, dude.
All right, thanks.
I've got.
Chris, I was actually on last night. I couldn't sleep, man. So
and I hope you paid attention. Hope you paid attention. There's some good trades. There's some good trades. But yeah, I've got a Zoom link. I'll send you later on if you want to join at some point. More than welcome.
Chris, do you post the Zoom link in your Slack group? I've never seen it.
No, not yet, mate. No, I will open it up to a lot more people at some point, but at the minute it's just the people that I've set out at the start to get like the team built up and actually everything's set up, and then once everything's working correct, we'll.
I know it can get a bit chaotic with everyone.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I haven't got the patience sometimes for like noises in the background and stuff, man.
No,
it's early in the morning, you know.
Yeah, it's like
peace and quiet.
7 o'clock, isn't it? We're all just waking up, bright eyes.
Yeah.
Can't be asked for that.
Yeah, that's why you need that coffee. But yeah, there will be at some point. I will be opening it up. So
cool.
Yeah, I don't know how Daniel did it, man. Daniel was on like 2 o'clock last night. He probably sleeping right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's out.
I have my alarm set it up 2:45, and I don't know, for some reason I just turned it off the alarm and I don't remember anything.
That's that tequila talking.
Yeah, it's too much.
Them bottles you showed yesterday, they were nice.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'm off. Have fun. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, bud. See you, man.
Gonna see if I can catch this GJ buys on pull back in 15 minutes.
What are you waiting for on BJ? There's no such pair as BJ.
What I'm waiting on? I'm waiting on the pullback, but it ain't pulling far down enough.
Ain't pulling back for what, man?
I like to get the liquidity grab.
Oh, for buys? Ooh.
Man wants to retest the high, typical Raja way trade.
Ooh, gold is really falling. Yeah, so that Mr. over there who said 1630, you might get your 1630. Wow, look at that 30-minute liquidity grab. Damn. Didn't really break the low over there. Mr. Raja, I'm checking trend on daily and 4-hour time frame and entry on 1 hour and 30 minutes. What if the 4-hour daily are uptrend and 1 hour are downtrend? How will that trade those? Well, what you need to do is, I think this is the problem with a lot of people, is that you start creating these scenarios that are not there. And you really need to work towards not create those scenarios. Because if you start saying, what if this, what if that, there are infinite number of possibilities of what ifs. So when someone says, what if, I say, it's not about that. It's about what's being presented here, and what was being presented since the start was straight buys. Uncle Ted, what's your YouTube channel? You can search Uncle Ted on YouTube.
I don't have a YouTube channel. Why the fuck would I have a YouTube channel when I'm here every morning? Please just use common sense. You guys are gonna put me in my grave.
What do you post on YouTube channel, Ted?
What like, it's just, and every day when we post about the trades, I always post this YouTube channel. Yet people still have the audacity to ask me if I have my own. Yeah, I'm secretly hiding it from everybody.
Yeah.
God, we weren't supposed to tell anyone, man.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ, like, just, I mean, like, you sort of ask, like, how are you functioning in life? Like, do you put your pants on one leg at a time?
You're on Uncle Ted's YouTube channel right now.
Like, why would I have a YouTube channel if I work every day with rakeel? What benefit would that do to anybody?
When Rakia close out his stream, you jump on your other channel, Ted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's Ted's YouTube channel. Going through TikTok.
Ted does the London close.
Yeah, exactly. It's only 3 people I bring to the chat too.
Yeah,
Ted
I've never
does
had
the
it in
London close to the New York close.
So now I know that Ted, Raja, and Rakeel are not the same person. I was thinking that this is the same person.
Them three all together.
Man, I get messages from people saying, "Hey, are you Ted?"
Yeah, no, I get the same thing. Hey, are you Raja? I'm like, yeah.
Actually 4, because the other one is Wigs Don't Lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be like the first white Pakistani on the planet.
Oh no, we have albino Pakis. They're there.
Yeah.
Albino.
Don't say that word. That's a bad word.
Dude, when I wanted to learn how to trade Forex, I had to learn how to track down Ted, dude.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like the test before the test, come on.
And you guys have Ted right in front of you. You guys still clueless who he is.
There's still a mystery stigma over there. Ooh.
Like, dude. Like, I remember the guy reached out to. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm interested in learning how to trade Forex. And he was like, I'll teach you. I'm like, no, who teach you? He's like, oh, his mentor, Ted. And it was no uncle. It was just Ted. So I was like, okay. So I had to search. Then I came across, I'm like, oh, this looks like Ted. But he said uncle. So let me try to figure out the difference. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's not. So I scanned through the profile. I went through his Instagram. Like, yeah, this looks like the right guy because he's liking his pics.
Yeah. The good old days.
The good old days.
Whatever happened to Gold Barbie?
Gold Barbie's right in front of you.
She expired. Gold stopped me out, officially deleting it. Well, blame the struggle. That's a struggle then.
It's not gonna be the first or the last time. So.
Yeah, exactly. If you're worried about that, you got bigger issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please help me on this Euro USD pair. Okay, send your entry and your stops. And we shall help you with currency pairs.
Whatever happened to Wakar? EMAs don't work. Did he just disappear off the face of the earth? Or
Yeah, he
died.
He died.
Fair enough.
That man died and took his EMAs with him.
Yeah, anytime someone asks me what happened to somebody, they're dead.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens.
Fair enough.
People come and go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday. Man, since I've been in this thing here, I've seen a lot of people come and go.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
See, the good thing about GJ is now it's created a high. It might come down, create a support, and then continue up later on.
Yeah. 100%.
All right. Let's see if we can help somebody. If you're in a drawdown, let us know and we shall help you some.
Yeah, don't be shy. Just tell us.
With the drawdown, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Forex helpline. Call in for entry and stop loss. Forex helpline. You know, you can tell a lot about a person's attention skills, or like you can tell a lot about like how detailed a person is when you ask them a question. Like, let's say, so some person here, they sent me a private message. So you know, we said, okay, send us your trade, you're in drawdown, you know, and the answer came Euro USD. Okay, what about Euro USD? Oh, my entry is this, and then the answer came the entry. I mean, that just shows how detailed the person is. And I'm sorry to say, with that attitude or with those answers, forcing is really hard. You have to be very specific. Euro USD is my pair. I'm in a buy. This is my entry. This is my stop loss. This is my take profit.
That's one pair I hate the most, man.
Euro USD, yeah. Yeah, I hate Euro USD. Never want to trade on Euro USD.
Never. Just does what it wants.
The thing is, whenever I've tried to trade Euro USD, it hasn't done what it expected to do. But whenever I haven't traded it, it just seems like, oh yeah, it was so obvious. So stop it.
How long have you been focusing on just GJ for, Roger?
Oh, August 2018. I think like maybe April 2018.
Nice.
Yeah, just GJ. So I've built that relationship here with GJ.
Did you ever think that you started to form or started to pick out patterns that you were seeing and then realise that maybe a few weeks down the line, oh no, that's just bullshit and that's not what it was doing? Or
Yep, like I've seen GJ break resistance or support and just continue a lot of times.
Yeah.
So that's why now most times, well, I'd say like 80% of the time, I just when it breaks a resistance, I map out my stop and I take an entry because I know that there's a very, very high chance it will continue moving up.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I used to miss those trades because I'd wait for a retest, just like what's kind of like happening right now. But as I saw it happen more and more, I said to myself, well, you know, if it's going to happen often, then why not just ride that move up and not worry about like a retest?
Yeah.
Why just GJ? Because you need to get really, really good at one pair or one session. Because I know now that I think I'm like okay at the New York. Like I'm not gonna say I'm the best, but if I want to know something about the London session, then I know there's Chris here. I can go to Chris's live stream and ask him about stuff. Or if I want to know something about the Asian session, then I can log on to Paul's stream and look at that session and see what's going on. You know, so I mean, you have a lot of resources here, but also you really have to like consciously just stick to just one thing. Oh, someone is in a UJ cell. 108.97 is the entry. Stop loss is 109.650. 109.650. Jesus, that's a big stop.
Is that another 3K TP and a 15-minute chart?
Yeah, I think if your stop is like 109, I think your stop should be at like 109.300 instead of 650. TP is 107. Yeah.
If he gets past the resistance, there's a lot of clean candles to the left.
Yeah. So I think a better sell on UJ is going to be. Let's take a look here on the daily here. All right, daily is over here. 4 hours. Yeah, I think your stop should be at like 109, 300 or 109 400, not 650. That's way too high. When I set up the charts and try to do all of on my own and forget to look at the 4-hour time frame, what exactly am I looking for on the higher time frame to confirm that the analysis is appropriate? So if you look at, this is a very good example here. So if you look on the 4-hour, before we broke up, so we knew that, okay, if price is going to break above 134.400, you're going to ask yourself, okay, once you're going to have that break, where are we heading? So you're like, okay, let's take a look left. You go left, take a look left. You're like, okay, we had a clean candle coming down. And then maybe this is going to be a good target right over here. Let's bring it down here, right? So this is going to be a good target like 134.960, which is around, how much? This is like 55 pips away, 60 pips away. You're like, awesome. So if you break resistance, that's the destination. You're like, perfect. So now, and then you go, oh yeah, it came right over there. So you go to the smaller time frames, and then you start to look for potential entries on the smaller time frame. That's it. I mean, you use the higher time frames to see where price can go to, and then you use the smaller time frames to see where your stop is going to be, where can you enter, and then possibly have a profitable trade, just like we did this morning.
So simple, coach. You make it so simple.
Thank you. Yeah, I think people get in trouble is that once they got this trade running in profits, they took profits, and now if people stay on the charts, your mind will tell you that, hey man, we're making the support to continue to go up. And that's where you get into trouble because, hey, what if GJ just retraces all the way down and comes back in the range? Then what? Now you had a losing trade and you lost profits. So you need to be mindful of those things to just say that, okay, you know what? I got what I wanted to get today, and I thank the market. I thank everyone here who was with me. You thank the Lord, and you call it a day.
That's it. Every day.
Every day. Because I can guarantee you, every person in here who is disciplined now, who is making some profits, at one point they were trading, they were looking at the charts most of the day. And then they realized that no, that's not the right way.
Yep.
No, Superman, no home.
Superman, no home today.
We need more pledge.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's from Family Guy when they come to visit Superman, and his mate comes to the door. I
Superman
would
no
like
home.
to speak to Superman. Superman's no home.
Oh, what's her name? Matilda. No. That Mexican maid.
Yeah.
Wow, the air is so clean you can see Sydney from New York. Memes are crazy.
Oh, Consuela. There you go. Someone got it.
Consuela, yeah.
There you go. Consuela. How will the GJ do during the Asian session? Well, that's an easy question because what you can do is go look at all the previous Asian sessions and see how GJ did. That's the best part about trading is that we can see things from days and days ago for free. That's what I
Unlike
like
the
about it.
answers to the test.
Yeah, that's what I like going to trading. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Superman no hair.
This is so funny.
Sorry to bother you, but we have a fugitive baby on our hands. Have you seen this child?
No, I haven't, officer, but I sure will keep my eyes open.
Well, I can't hear anything. What's
That killer baby
No, we're
from
in
the
Zoom,
trial's
so we
gone
won't
missing.
hear it, I don't think.
No, I know.
Mr. Superman not here. Oh, well, we're looking for a missing...
You can make up own words to it.
Mr. Superman, he knows he's here.
We go to the North Pole to look. Superman no hair. I know. Do you guys have a software that you trade? No. Yeah. That's true. We have I use MT5 to trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, MT5. The Earth is so flat you can see Sydney from New York. Yes, that's true. Are you from Pindi or Kashmir? Oh, I'm from Rawalpindi. What's the best way to backtest? Is there a software you use? Well, I think Ted just answered that question. I'm learning a lot from you. I used to trade Forex like it was gambling like 3 weeks ago. Then I blew 70% of my account. Very nice. That's when I found you and still learning. Perfect. You know when people message me saying, hey man, I had a bad day, I just send like a clapping emoji.
Welcome to the world.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to the reality.
I'm gonna start sending that YouTube link. Was that Daniel Day? So you thought you had a bad day? You can go listen to that song.
You had a bad day.
Taking one back.
Yeah, I might have to create some stuff this afternoon for Instagram actually.
Oh, finally, we have a chart. Any corrections here, Raja, please? Let's do it. Seems like I'm marking up a test.
C minus. Oh, let's see.
Price made a fake breakout. Entries for selling. Nice. Good. You won today. And if you're winning on gold, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, when was the last time you traded gold?
Like actively in second week of March.
I took one last week, but then I think it's the third week of March. I think
You're fighting with spreads. That's the
Was
toughest game right now.
Was it the third week it started getting heavy? The spreads, yeah. So the second week was really good, and then the third week was tough, and I kind of called it a day after that, and I did one last week.
Yeah, like my trade the other day, like I was in drawdown, and it was basically the majority of it was spread half the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I got out, but
And what we were saying before, we were looking at more longer term stuff as well, right?
yeah, I mean,
not like
you're
a 20.
looking at you're looking at 1700, but I mean, I got stopped out yesterday, so I mean, for me to take a gold trade now, I got to be above 16. Sorry, I got to be above 1657. Of almost 1657. Like there's a whole bunch of levels 1660. Like I'm looking to be above those before I start taking any positions.
Yeah, 16, 16, 63 were pretty tough. I was looking at them yesterday.
The spread can go in from 4 pips to 20 pips.
Yeah.
One were a lot better today, to be honest.
I mean, they're bouncing around, but I mean, still, gold is not anything to be trading today. It's being ridiculous. Like it tanked and down. It's ranging pretty hard. It's doing like almost like what is this? Like from 61 to 41 to 45.
Yeah.
It's a massive range. It's a 200 pip range. It's nasty.
Mm. Plus, that was a big candle yesterday.
Yeah. I expected the pullback to happen today. I didn't expect it to be that deep, though. Just because, when we talk about it's either going to pull back, like, when you have that huge move up, it's going to correct a bit.
Yeah. I thought maybe it'd come to 37, to be honest. It's really deep, but that would give us a lot of momentum to carry on. That's what I was looking for. I don't think it will, though. But looking at what's happening now, it's moving. I mean, basically, so our entries yesterday would be, what was that, 40, I think, wasn't it? Was it 40? I can't remember. Somewhere around there might make sense.
Could you kindly explain a bit about wick fills? I think there are a lot of webinars on my YouTube you can learn about wick fills. And if you don't, I'm going to remove all the videos. Yeah, I think I should just make most of the videos on YouTube private so people can't watch them and really see them struggle. Just got in. Is there still any trade I can get into?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's always a trade. Click buy or sell and hope for the best.
What you can do is, if this 15-minute closes bullish, you can take a buy and further up.
Oh my head.
Yeah, but you're late.
You're late.
Really late.
Really late. 3 hours late. Could you explain why the green pin bar over here, this one, won't get filled? Well, if you see a support forming, then that will get filled. But since there's no support forming right now, so that won't get filled. Very simple. Well, it's 9:30 and I gotta go have some avocados and bread.
Hey, is Best Buy open or no?
Yes.
It is. Oh, because it's considered essential, right? Because they have computers there.
It's essential because if we wouldn't have our internet, it'd look great.
Yeah, I thought that's what they have. Like electronic stores or with computers are considered essential because we need business continuity.
Yeah, that's why it was
I suppose you need webcams and stuff, and
I need a new mic and I need a new controller for my Xbox, so I gotta go buy one.
Have you broke it already?
Yeah.
Did you get angry?
Yeah.
Man, that's why I have a bunch of controllers. I have like 3 new, like unopened, in case I throw and break them when I get rage.
Did you get angry when you had to do that 16 million gig download last night?
Yeah, last night was hilarious. Last night was hilarious. These kids were so angry with us. I was like, I can't believe we're getting trolled on the Xbox as well.
Yeah,
like, I get trolled everywhere in life now.
These 15-year-olds, man.
Oh man, it was awesome.
But they're cyberbullying.
It was awesome. They're like, you guys are probably not married because you're living in your mom's basement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come on. I'm gonna have to download
It was
this again.
awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be on that all day today. I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything else except Call of Duty.
Just gonna abuse people. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's good
You
to
guys
me.
are probably in your mid-20s playing together. I'm like, what?
Well, actually, no, we're in our 40s. 30s, 40s.
I'm like, let me call your mom so she can cancel your internet. It's funny.
Yeah, it was bad, and it was funny because we kept asking them for their Zoom ID so we can come into their school chat tomorrow. Can you send us your Zoom link so we can come into your online schooling?
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I better download that Warzone pack.
Yeah,
Man, Zoom is doing great business, huh?
Yes.
So it's like 9 gigs, and yeah, Zoom's doing really good.
Their stock went up, eh?
Yeah, I bet they went, and I bet that. And I've not even looked at like Skype and stuff. I bet they went through the roof, right?
Yeah, my cousin's a teacher in Texas, and they're all doing it as well. It's pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on there all day today. Like I'm doing Call of Duty nonstop. Like I worked out this morning, and now the rest of the day is Call of Duty because I can't stand getting killed every 5 seconds. I got to figure out a way to fix that.
I get like that. I have to
You gotta
master it.
become a camper, coach. You gotta.
I
Stay
was a camper. Oh, I was a camper.
Oh.
And then I killed Rakeel like 3 times last night. He's like, damn it. He's like, what the hell?
We were on the same team.
Yeah.
Is someone come in the same room? Oh, that's me.
So I forgot when I can see people's names that I'm not supposed to kill them.
Yeah, don't
Like
kill
it's-
your teammates. Yeah, I
All
can't
right,
get
I'm
that
gonna go
sorted
over.
out.
I'm gonna go over to Best Buy and grab all my stuff now. I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
All right, buddy.
Take care, everybody.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.